The nurse prepares to leave. He gestures at the room and at now sleeping Gus. "This is all I can do for you guys. You can stay here a few days." The nurse points at the door and the stairs beyond. "I won't be around, so if you want something, wait till you see someone downstairs and yell to them." The nurse buttons up his outer coat and says, "Through that door." He points behind Maud at a door partly hidden by a multitude of coats hanging from a row of hooks along that wall. There's a little hall. At the end, on the left, is a bathroom. Sort of a shower in there, too. The nurse smiles and then leaves. Gladys watches him go and then looks over at the reposing Gus and then around the room. It's inside, it's warm and quiet. And Gus is too sick for him and Maud to fuck. Gladys smiles to herself and then wonders out loud, "What are we going to do now?" Maud looks at Gus and shrugs. "Let's take showers." Gladys brightens up. "We can wash our clothes." The coats hanging on all those many pegs on the wall are mostly heavy rubberized coats with labels warning about proper contaminated clothing disposal. There are over a dozen of these coats. The two girls pile them on the floor. The uncovered door has no lock. It opens easily. The hall is dark and less than 2 meters wide. Maud leans into the hall and searches along the wall on both sides near the door. No light switch. A couple careful waves of an extended arm, nothing. Maud goes over to one of Gus's satchels and digs out his flashlight. It is a short hall, 3 meters plus a bit. The hall ends in a large window of 2 panes, one above the other in old wood frames that are faded, peeling, and rickety, the lower of which slides up and down, more or less. Cold wind rushes in, and the window frames rattle with each icy gust. The lower window frame is not pulled the last little bit all the way down, and the clasp is not fastened that locks the 2 frames together in place. The girls stand there peering out the window at the snow-covered fire escape just outside. A big gust of cold whooshes by the girls' faces. Maud frowns, reaches up and pulls down hard so the lower window frame is all the way closed. She twists the window clasp so it is locked shut. The window rattles less and is less drafty that way. Outside, in the dark, it is still snowing. Snowflakes dash against the window glass, dissolving in the middle of the panes and clinging in crystalline patches around the edges. Maud points the flashlight beam out onto the fire escape landing. Metal stairs going up and down are visible, but beyond a meter or 2 the fire escape is unseeable behind the snow and the night. Maud swings the flashlight around to the door at her left. She opens this door. The room is very small. There is a toilet, a big plastic sink, and 4 plastimetal sheets fastened into a tall box that is a shower stall. A nozzle and knobs to control the water hang down from the ceiling. There is no light in the small room. There is a small opaque window high up on one wall, but nighttime renders it dark. Gladys says, "I'm not like showering in the dark by myself." Yeah, Walter needs a shower too, right?" "Leave me the flashlight." "Sure." Maud leaves the bathroom. Gladys hears her stride the short distance to the door at the other end of the hall, open it and close it behind her. Then there is silence. The bathroom is cold and painted white. Gladys sweeps the flashlight beam along the walls. 666 King is scrawled with sloppy abandon at eye level on one wall. Gladys opens the door to the hall, just a sliver. So if she peers just right, she can see most of the window and some of the snowy dark form of the fire escape. Gladys leaves the bathroom door ajar and starts to work her way out of enough layers of clothes so she can sit and pee. Suddenly, urgent window rattling. Gladys hears a glass-muffled human voice cry out, scared and frustrated, from beyond the hall, outside on the fire escape. Gladys is petrified with fear. No sound of Maud's return. Rattle of the window. Frantic rattle of the window. Gladys carefully scoots over to the slightly ajar door of the bathroom, right up to the gap between the door and the door jamb. There is a young white boy out there on the fire escape, driven panic on his face as he fumbles with the window that, suddenly, now for the first time, is not opening for him like it usually does. Beside him in the snow, on the fire escape, is a plastic canvas bag filled with stuff he has stolen in his night's cat burglaring. The boy taps with both hands, plaintive, muffled. "Hey, hey." No one comes to his aid. All of a sudden, pounding down the fire escape from above, 4 or 5 big people in uniforms, logo of a major rental cop corporation emblazoned big and bright on their chests, their genders and races masked by the uniform face shields. The young boy shrieks just once before a rental cop stuffs 3 bulky leather-gloved fingers as deep into the boy's throat as they can go. 2 other cops methodically and silently wail on the youth with their electro-batons. The thief convulses for a moment before he is frozen, stunned. With brief, trained cutting, the rental cops slice away the thief's boots and garments. Another rental cop gags him and shackles the boy's ankles and wrists. One uniformed figure grabs the wrist chain and the other the ankle set, and they yank the boy a half-meter off the frozen metal landing. He jerks with pain. The rental cops drop him into an opaque plasti-vinyl perp tote and seal him in. One rental cop swings the perp tote over a shoulder, another grabs the kid's bag of loot, and all but one of them strides up the stairs out of sight. That last rental cop scrutinizes the window. He tries to open it up. The faceless, uniformed enforcer sweeps their flashlight beam around the hall on the other side of the window. Gladys is frozen, standing with her face near the slightly open door. She is afraid to blink. She prays that Maud doesn't suddenly come through the open door at the other end of the hall. The rental cop again tries the window. They study the clasp where the 2 window frames meet to confirm that it is locked. Then they follow the others back up the stairs. The heavy rumble of boots on the metal fire escape fades into the night. Even after the last rental cop is gone, Gladys is frozen. She unsteadily wipes the sweat that is trickling along her upper lip. Gladys opens the bathroom door a little more. Suddenly, at the other end of the hall, Maud opens that door and comes into the hall and walks casually down the short hall like nothing and nobody. She pushes at the bathroom door, but Gladys is standing in the way of the door opening fully. "Hey, it's me, Glad." Gladys steps back a bit unsteady. Maud opens the door and looks at her. "What is it?" Gladys is sweaty, scared, and she keeps looking at the window. Maud turns and they both look at the window. Maud looks at Gladys. Gladys doesn't say anything. She walks to the window. Maud follows a pace behind. Even without using the flashlight, they can see the cutaway remains of the boy's clothes lying haphazard on the fire escape landing, and the first few steps going down and up. Already snow settles over these objects. The scuffle marks disappear into the white.